transportation statistics. Rural households spent more of their after-tax income on transportation than those in urban areas in 2023, according to BTS./and while Biden-era policies and programs provided funding for public transit and public charging stations. Disadvantaged communities may not have had the resources to apply for these grants or to acquire and maintain charging stations, the TEI paper says. The report also notes that lower-income communities often face multiple transportation-related environmental issues, such as proximity to highways and industrial pollution. And these communities often consist of diverse populations, the paper states. Direct, meaningful engagement with such communities enables residents to have a say in the transportation policies and projects that could address their specific needs. It says and the paper provides questions to help communities and policymakers understand and evaluate transportation equity initiatives. This holistic approach is essential for achieving truly equitable outcomes in disadvantaged communities, ultimately bridging the gaps in access, opportunity, and environmental justice across diverse populations, the report states. And however. Whereas the Biden administration's A Justice 40 initiative explicitly directed 40% of certain federal spending to go to disadvantaged communities, the Trump administration is taking a different approach. Newly appointed Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has directed the DOT to, in part, prioritize communities with higher birth and marriage rates than the national average. Content: Florida's politics are the polar opposite of California's. Yet the home state of President Trump is second only to California in EV sales. And that sales growth, leaving Florida solidly in the top position after California, based on cumulative EV registrations, was driven not by incentives but primarily by EV enthusiasm in the populous central region of Florida. More than 17,000 EVs were newly registered in the 9 counties of Central Florida between November 2023 and November 2024, according to a recent examination of this sales trend by the Orlando Sentinel. And 2025 Volkswagen ID point for and for the full year of 2024. Central Florida's EV registrations grew 15.2%, surging past the national average of 9.4%. And registrations in EVs in Orange County, where Orlando is, surged 46% year over year. It's an acceleration of a trend that's been going on for years now. Florida is an anomaly and, like Texas, it's posted relatively strong EV growth over the years without significant state incentives. And in 2023 and 2024 EV adoption continued to become more polarized by state. That may also be happening on a local level in Florida, which isn't as homogeneous as it appears. And the rest of the country tends to see Florida as full of retirees, but even by 2030. Official state projections suggest that people aged 65 and up won't be the largest demographic group in the state. That leaves more room for Gen X and millennials, who previous studies have shown tend to buy more EVs than boomers, while the latter group controls policy decisions related to them. And while the state government hasn't exactly been pro-EV. That hasn't stopped efforts to expand charging infrastructure in Florida. In 2022, Invisible Urban Charging, IUC, announced plans to install 6,000 chargers, doubling the number of chargers in the state. The chargers are primarily 80 amp level 2 AC units for public spaces and housing developments, IUC said at the time. Content: Your autonomous cargo delivery continues to evolve. What are the practicalities and latest developments from a regulatory perspective? Mark Broadbent reports the use of commercial drones, remotely piloted or uncrewed air systems, in civil aerospace has flourished in recent years, with the 2010s seeing considerable technological improvements and cost reductions in small drones. An extensive ecosystem of sector specialists has since emerged, including hardware, software and service providers, payload developers, data analysts, and training organizations. Small drones, especially multicopters, are now routinely used for all kinds of work across multiple industries. According to Drone Industry Insights, there are 6 broad use cases: mapping, surveying, inspection, photography, filming, tracking, spraying or dispersing, and cargo delivery. Drones support industrial maintenance and infrastructure monitoring, precision agriculture, aerial filming, and mining and quarrying. Emergency services use them for operational support, from tackling wildfires to searching for suspects or missing persons. They support telecommunications and even undertake surveys for insurance companies. And Dynamics Black Swan. One of several new cargo drones and airborne drop-off. Perhaps it is cargo delivery, a drone swooping in to drop off an online purchase or deliver medical supplies, that most powerfully symbolizes commercial drones' rapid move into the aviation mainstream. Here is a small indication of that rapid growth. Back in April 2024. The US logistics company Zipline announced it had completed 1 million commercial drone deliveries, transporting 10 million individual items, to customers worldwide using its Platform 1, P1, and Platform 2, P2, autonomous systems. Some 70% of those deliveries have been made since 2022. The company said. Zipline delivers goods for Walmart in the United States, agriculture and animal health products in Africa, and food in Japan. Fresh produce accounts for the bulk of Zipline's deliveries in the US. The company said in April 2024 that its latest P2 is expected to serve more than 30 million people in 10 states within the United States over the next few years. Panera Bread, Memorial Hermann Health System, the largest not-for-profit health system in Southeast Texas, and Jet's Pizza plan to use P2 to deliver products in the greater Seattle, Houston, and Detroit areas respectively, Zipline announced. Elsewhere, it has become common to see announcements about drone use for time-sensitive medical deliveries, PPE, treatments, medicines, emergency equipment such as defibrillators, or undertaking postal deliveries. In the UK, Skyfarer partnered with University Hospitals Coventry and Warwickshire NHS Trust and Medical Logistics UK in October 2022 to March 2023 to use drones for ad hoc medical deliveries between the trust's sites.